G'day, guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Well, it is my lazy Sunday afternoon. My hair's looking a bit crazy. I don't know when I'm going to let this video be released. Maybe your American Monday. I might bring it out in the morning. We'll see what happens. But I do want to try and start a series because we are getting very close to preseason. We now have like 89 to 90 men on the roster. And at the end of preseason, the Steelers got to figure out who's going to be their 53, right? And I don't want to do it like the traditional way of going through quarterbacks, running backs, tight ends, receivers, then the O-line. I might drop these series, whenever I feel like it over the next 2 months or so. And I will include it in a playlist so you guys can go back and watch other episodes. But today I wanted to start with the tight end position because I was thinking in the last few days and even this morning, putting some ideas together. I was thinking, I've got a theory, and I think maybe some other Steelers fans do too. I think the Steelers might take in four tight ends. That including, and I will be using this chart a lot, or this image a lot, Freiermuth, Gentry, Darnell Washington, and Connor Hayward, right? Now, the Steelers can definitely do that with 4 tight ends because there's a possibility that Connor Hayward might play fullback or halfback, and his role could be halved with tight end and fullback too. And I think Steelers Nation, as the days go on, the OTAs start cracking off with the week 2 of the OTAs, the team starts to form. I think there's a big possibility this can happen. So as I build this roster and I try and project the 53, I think it's going to be Pat Freiermuth, Zach Gentry, Darnell Washington, and Connor Hayward. And the first reason why I want to say that, before I go into all the players, and we'll talk about the players individually, that is stacked already. Like the height, the weight, the physicality, it's going to be so fun to watch at least 3 of these blokes on the line that can run and block. Connor can block too, but watching Gentry and Washington block is awesome to see. Now, the first reason why I want to say that the Steelers are going to use 4 tight ends going into the season in the final 53 is I found this on Steelers.com. I found this on Steelers.com. Now, I do apologize for the really, really pixelated image of Connor Hayward with his fuzzy hair, but that's Connor Hayward, number 83, Heath Miller's old number. So he's doing that justice for sure. And on Steelers.com, on their roster, right, when you go to their roster and you type in team roster, you click number or position, they actually are now labeling him tight end and fullback. Tight end and fullback. Now, I don't think that happened last year in 2022. I'm pretty sure that didn't happen where they had him as fullback because we had Derek Watt, right? So that's from the organization itself. That's from Steelers.com. They're labeling him tight end and fullback, which then frees up an opportunity to bring in 3 tight ends along Connor Hayward. That's the first reason I think they're going to have 4 tight ends on the depth. I know some people have said that it could be a chance that Zach Gentry gets cut. I actually don't see that now. All right, but if you go through the players, Pat Freiermuth is for sure making this team. He might have a chance to have an outstanding season with Kenny Pickett and a better O-line, better protection, play action pass, get the ball to Freiermuth, try and get him the ball 60, maybe 70, 80 times a year. Not a game, 80 times in that year. And he could have a chance to also get to 1,000 yards if this offense can run the ball and set up the pass and you find Freiermuth in the middle. You find him there to pick on the linebackers, to pick on the smaller cornerbacks. You get the ball to Freiermuth. Kenny Pickett, the Freiermuth, could be a young Big Ben to Heath Miller. That could be a connection we're seeing over the next few years. That's going to be freaking cool to see. Now, there's a reason why I've got Zach Gentry here is, first of all, they do grilling and chilling. I think Zach Gentry also broke down the schedule. Now, when players are involved in a lot of media work, they're not normally cut. But in saying that too, we had Bud brought a buddy, and then he was cut. So I don't think they're going to cut Freiermuth and Gentry because they have like a broship, and they're good. They're good on the field together. He's a real tall fella. He's not the pass catching guy that we've seen. He doesn't really catch the ball that well, but his blocking skills are fantastic. So I think Zach Gentry makes the team. I think he makes it, and he's more in there for rundowns to help out Warren, to help out Najee Harris, to help out Connor Hayward if he decides to have. Imagine if you had on the line, you could have this set as well. I think I talked about the other day. You could have both. You get all three tight ends on the line, right? It's 3 plus 5, that's 8. If Kenny Pickett being 9, running back could be Connor Hayward at 10, and then a receiver could be Pickens. Imagine that. Imagine you have Pickens, 3 tight end set, and you have Connor Hayward in there too to run the ball in a goal line, 5 yards to go. You could see that with Freiermuth, Gentry, Washington as tight ends, and Connor Hayward right behind them at fullback or halfback to run the ball. So I think Gentry is going to make the team, and he makes it because of his blocking ability, and he also makes it because he's about 6'5", 6'6". He's 6'7". He's really up there. He's a tall fella. I think he's even taller. I think he's even taller than Darnell. What is he? He's 6'8". My apologies. Gentry is 6'8", and Darnell Washington is 6'7". Now, as we go down the list, I'm getting excited just thinking about this. The possibilities for the run game, the possibilities for the passing game with Kenny Pickett should be amazing in 23. Darnell Washington is the rookie, right? We have second-year player Connor Hayward. We have Darnell Washington, the rookie. This guy has to make the team. He has to. There is no way the Pittsburgh Steelers put him on the practice squad or they cut him. There is zero chance that happens. He used to wear 0, now he wears 80. Plaxico Burress his number. Darnell Washington is going to make the team. So, right. So there you have it. You have the 3 tight ends. And like I brought up before, you have 3 tight ends being Muth, Gentry, Washington, and Connor Hayward listed by Steelers.com, tight end and fullback. But I do think that the Steelers will have 4 tight ends on their depth chart, including Connor Hayward. Because also Connor Hayward can catch too. Connor Hayward's kind of like that, I think Mike Tomlin calls it the Swiss Army knife players, that they can do a lot. Connor Hayward can catch out from the slot. He can catch from the tight end position. He can do screens. He can block like nothing else. He's I call him a football player. When you watch Connor Hayward play, he's a football guy. I think he even plays teams as well. I think he plays special teams where he can go down the field and tackle. Like, he's just a guy. He's got the Hayward blood in him. Cameron Hayward works really hard. His little baby brother, Connor Hayward, is a guy that I think can break out, if not this year, even next year, and have a good run with our Steelers. And of course, the Steelers right now haven't got a fullback. They haven't got Derek Watt. They've got him Monty Pottebaum. He might make the practice squad. I don't know if they're going to go with him as a traditional fullback and start him. But if you don't do that in this set where they got the depth here, got Freiermuth, Gentry, Washington, Connor Hayward, the 4 blokes, Connor Hayward can play tight end and he can also play fullback. That's another reason why I think they're going to have 4 tight ends. Anyways, guys, that's my episode for today. And like I said, I might do a series. I might put this into a playlist where you can, when I start making like the quarterbacks, that's going to be another easier one, I guess, because you're probably going to have Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph third, and Trubisky second. And then that's more of an easier discussion. Whereas the receivers and the cornerbacks, depth at outside linebacker, maybe inside linebacker, trying to figure out what the Steelers might do in that sense is going to be a lot harder to predict or project. But I wanted to start off with tight end because I thought, I get a feeling they're going to have 4 tight ends on the roster. I get a feeling that they're going to keep 3 there with Muth, Gentry, Washington, and Connor Hayward's going to play that split. Because the minute I saw this was tight end fullback, they're going to play him halfback, fullback a lot of the time too. So they're not only going to count him as tight end, they're going to make him do half and half, which then kind of frees up a spot. So you have the fullback roster taken care of, and you can have him in the tight end position too. So Connor Hayward's going to be that flex guy for this position. Woo, I'm excited, man. I'm keen. Anyways, this might be a part of a playlist that I go through different positions, different depth charts, and try and get a whole 53 at the end. So far, out of this series, we have 4 players making this team out of the 53. Anyways, guys, thank you for checking out Steelers Nation Australia. I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of your week.